He's a former UBS banker and now the founder of his own asset management firm, WHVP, Robert Vrijhof. How did I do?
Close.
Not so bad.
Robert Vrijhof. As I said, it's a Dutch name, so that's fine.
You'll have to forgive me.
I've gotten used to it the last 45 years, so that's good.
So you're a speaker here at the Total Wealth Symposium.
Indeed, I am.
How's the conference for you?
Conference is very, well, I've been doing this for 15 years, but it's a very interesting conference, and there seems to be a lot of interest out of the attendees to start working offshore. There seem to be people losing faith a little bit in the US dollar.
Are you losing faith or are you optimistic?
Well, I don't think you can you cannot be optimistic at the moment. No, I think we are on very thin ice worldwide. A lot of things are happening, and I must say that I think we are in the worst position since World War II, really. If I look at Europe, I look at US, and I see what's happening in the Middle East.
That's a dire statement, Robert.
Well, it is, but you know, we have, in Switzerland especially, we've got negative interest rates, 0.75%. Markets are top. Is the only thing that I like at the moment really is gold or Canadian gold and silver stocks.
So you like gold?
I love
You're
gold,
bullish gold, you think it's going higher?
I'm bullish gold. Well, bullish gold. I mean, I think we're going to go higher, but we could even go back to that 1,050 level. But even if that happens, even if we go back to $900, in my eyes, that's a buying opportunity for the long term. We've got a currency war going on, so the only real currency we've got at the moment, in my eyes, is gold.
Do you have a forecast for gold? You mentioned the downside, but on the upside?
Yes, at the moment, of course, the 1,320 we've been battling with for quite a few weeks now. I don't think that's going to hold, so we might test the down level again at 1,280, but I'm absolutely convinced that 1,350, 1,380 is going to be taken out before the end of the year. Quick move to 1,400 and then probably 1,450. Having said that, you know, because this is really the time of the year for people buying gold, right? It's the second half of the year. So we could be going down a bit further, but in my eyes, that would be a buying opportunity.
Why do you think we could have a pullback? Are you anticipating a rate hike?
No, I do not anticipate a rate hike, but I think at the moment, if you look at the pattern of gold during the past couple of months, there is a lot of chart technical levels where people start selling, buying, like that 1,320 is not holding, probably falling back to 1,310, 1,305 today.
So Robert, what type of investor do you think is making money right now?
Well, at the moment, fortunately for us, we are making money because we are, and we have been since the beginning of the year, in Canadian gold and silver stocks. We are holding gold and silver. So this year has been a good year. Having said that, last year was a rough year for us. So at the moment, even when everybody talks about all-time highs at the S&P and Dow Jones, it's 4 or 5%. It's not really a big move we are seeing. So at the moment, it's commodities where people make money.
And you're based in Europe, so tell us, give us a little bit of a sentiment or a snapshot of what you feel is happening there right now. How's the situation?
Okay, well, the situation with me, of course, is I happen to live in the most beautiful city in the world, in Zurich, Switzerland. That's where I'm based. I'm absolutely in love with my country and my city. However, so in Switzerland at the moment, things look good, better than we would have expected after our national bank dropping the peg on the euro, the 120, and then falling back last year. Europe, however, Europe is still a big problem, and I never thought I was going to say this, I have to admit, but it could actually also be that the euro would be falling apart during the next 5 to 10 years. And it had been my conviction for many years that they would keep that euro together. But at the moment, with everything that's happening, with the demographics we've got, that could happen.
So do you think we'll see more Brexits? And who would be next, do you think?
Well, we could see more Brexits. I mean, it's definitely at the moment, there's always talk about Greece, of course. And of course, if Greece would go back to the drachmen, the currency would probably lose 60%, which might be painful, but it could also be good for the country. If Germany would go back to a Deutschmark, that currency would go through the roof. So it's hard to say, even with the Brexit, as to exactly what's going to happen. We need to give that 2 or 3 years. But Europe definitely not as stable as I would have imagined it about 3-4 years ago.
And if Europe were, like, let's say if the euro were to crumble, as you say, do you see that as being completely detrimental, or do you see some positive in there?
Well, there again, I mean, I think there could be positives there. And if we go back 15 years, it might have been a mistake to start the euro. You know, the US is kind of different too. New York is not Minnesota and California is not Ohio, but you've got one currency and you've got one interest rate. As whereas with the euro, you've got a different rate in Germany, you've got a different rate in Italy, in Spain, in Greece, and I think that is not helping at the moment, that you have that whole different system of interest rates. Okay?
Robert, it was a pleasure speaking with you. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for coming on Kitco News. And thanks for watching our coverage here from Total Wealth Symposium. We'll have more for you, so be sure to stay tuned to kitco.com. Thanks for watching.